Oh, our friend Colton sent me a video right before we started. It was Vince McMahon having lunch in Manhattan with JBL and Bruce Pritchard.
Huh. Wonder what that means.
No, but I don't know if they would take that nicely. Like, I don't know if Bruce is like trying to get fired, or I don't know what that. Hey, you fat ass! Stop eating! Stop eating! You fucking pig! You make me sick. I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I don't. Wouldn't it, I mean, the weirdest thing would be if he actually bought TNA, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think there's any reason at all for Vince McMahon to buy TNA. Why? Just because he's bored?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I just don't see it. You know? How can you not
Well,
like?
I don't see for a lot of other reasons, but yeah, I besides him,
what are your reasons? What are your reasons?
Well, see, I'm sorry, man. My reasons tend to be on the more morality kind of thing, but I know
right.
that doesn't exist in the.
I need a fresh new crop of people. I need a fresh new crop of girls to shit on. Hang on.
Well, they are interchangeable with WWE these days, so it's too close for comfort. Anywhere this dude goes would be awful, but I just can't see that.
It's not funny, and I'm not trying to make, because the situation's awful, and if the stuff is true, that girl was. But I'm punching up. I'm not punching down.
Of course, you're punching up. Yes, you're fine.
I'm punching up, not punching down. They're gonna call. They're not the knockouts anymore. They're the shitouts. I'm gonna shit out you. I'm sorry, I can't. I know.
Well,
I can't. It's just like so. The joke is how you even think that's like. I mean, I don't know. If I was a really rich guy, and I could do anything that I wanted to, and I could like have a really sexy hot girl who's like 30, and I could just have her like strip in my room or something. Like, I would probably do that, but I don't think I would feel the need to poop on her. I don't think I would need that.
I just don't see where that fits in at all. I know to each his own, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, man. I just don't see the appeal there. I don't.
It's not.
I don't know if I want to see the appeal there, to be honest. But
I don't either. I just don't. I just don't see how that's. I mean, I get it's like a dominance thing, and I guess maybe in the animal kingdom that happens. I really don't think it does.
In the animal kingdom, I mean, like freaking giraffes and gorillas and zebras are now looking at it and going, "Damn, really?"
I just got a sense of Jack Hanna coming on Letterman and showing like a cheetah shitting on another cheetah. Jack, look at him. It looks like he's pooping on him. Hey, I'm gonna poop on you.
Yeah, Dave, poop. Ha
ha. Paul, come over here. I'm gonna poop on you.
No thanks, Dave.
Oh, it's a new record for losing my earpiece. Hang on, let me put it back in. All right, now I'm good. Are you talking?
I am.
Hang on, let me do it again. Damn, I'm technically challenged. All right, talk again.
Hello there. Hello there.
Oh, there you are, sir. Good to hear from you. Hey, it's our friend Jack Hanna. He's going to have some more animals shitting on each other, Paul.
Dave, shitting on each other.
Talk about stupid pet tricks. Hey, Fido, go shit on that dog. It's not funny. You hear all the stuff though.
It's not.
You hear all the rumors about the TNA and all that stuff. Like if WWE bought TNA, what would be the need for NXT, right? Why would there need to be an NXT? Why would you need an NXT and a TNA? But then I started following that along and I said, when Tony bought ROH, our bitch about ROH the whole time has been there's no branding. We don't know under the Tony Khan era, what does ROH mean? How is it different than than AEW, and what makes it different, and what does it mean versus what we see on Wednesday night or Saturday night or at a pay-per-view. And I think WWE would be much better at differentiating what the brand TNA means from their main products. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think, and I don't know if it's going to happen. The rumor was, and I don't even know if we got into this last time, was that they're trying to allegedly do a deal that would put TNA on Wednesday nights head to head with AEW, and they would put TNA maybe on the CW.
Yeah.
So,
see, I don't know. Call me again, Mr. Glass half full here, but I know how they are about shit like this, about going head to head and claiming they're not and trying to compete.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe, I guess we may never know, but maybe that was like the only time slot, or maybe the only day even, with a deal they can make to get something like that. And it fell on a Wednesday, I mean, I know.
You're being way too kind. You're being way too kind. It's not even. There's no question about they're doing it. It's just that was the poll. That was the poll question on Figure 4, and I got to find that poll question. Is WWE doing it to go head to head with AEW just for pettiness, or is it a business move? That was the poll.
Maybe can it be both?
It can be both. But among those two, which how do you think the percentages boil down to the people? 3,600 votes on the Figure 4 online on their YouTube channel. They put up the poll up. WWE making a point to go head to head with AEW's big show. A, it's a business move, or B, it's petty. How do you think those percentages broke down among the voters?
I'm going to say pettiness, 45%.
How many? What percentage?
45.
It's 2/3. 2/3 of people said it was a petty thing.
Oh, wow.
2/3 said it was Tom, Lori, and Richard Petty.
Yeah.
With 32% saying it was a business move. And I know that Meltzer and Alvarez, I think they're on record as saying the best night for TNA, if you got a deal done, will be Thursday. Thursday would be the best night for TNA, I guess.
I guess. I don't know.
Of all the nights. So I don't know. And I don't know how that's going to go. I know Eric Bischoff has said that TNA is probably going to take over AEW as the number 2 company next year, within a year, I think is what he said.
Oh,
if
really?
they get a big media deal, that's what he said. Now there's also another story from the Bubba the Love Sponge files.
Oh, they're endless these days.
Bubba's like a dog with a bone right now. Bubba's back in the spotlight. I've given him his flowers. He was right about all this stuff when Hulk was in the hospital and was very sick, and it wasn't publicly known, and he was saying he's very sick, and the family wasn't saying anything. I think Bubba has now gone on record as saying that the Hogan family, I don't know if this is Brooke, because Brooke's separate from them, they're blaming Eric Bischoff for the death of Hulk Hogan, saying that he pushed him to do all this promotion and to do all the appearances and all of this stuff. And that's why they think that Eazy-E is to blame for what happened to Terry Bollea.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe. I mean, can you blame another male for making a male do something like that?
I think I would normally not even go down that road, but I would say that Hulk was a pretty driven guy and wanted to get the next dollar as much as anybody. I think the allegation from some people within the Hogan camp is that that Eric was broke, and that's why he continued to push Hogan to do more and more and more and more.
Maybe
that's the allegation. I'm not sure.
I'm with you though. I mean, I think Hogan was driven to do all that. He was, business guy. He was driven to do all that stuff himself. Now, maybe I just don't know. It's just hard to say. But I can probably say this and feel safe about it is whatever. I don't think Bischoff was any kind of hindrance to Hogan going about doing this. You know, I think he would. I don't think he. I can't imagine him recommending Hogan not make him any money.
Oh yeah, Eric never went. No, please, we don't want to push you too much on this schedule. I think even when he was in the hospital, Eric would talk to him, and Hogan was like, "Brother, when am I going to get out there and go to St. Louis on Tuesday?" And all this other, and shit like that. And I don't know.
Well, I can't imagine. Well, I don't know. Blaming Eric Bischoff is one thing. Saying Eric Bischoff was no help to them in trying to get Hogan to rest or whatever, that's two different things.
Yeah, but both things can be true. Both things can be true that Eric Bischoff is broke and kept pushing Hulk, and Hulk still wanted to do it. I mean, both of those things can be true. Oh, for
sure. That can be, yes. I just find it hard to believe that it was all Eric Bischoff. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
just face value going here.
You might have a point, because I think Nasty Nick was trying to ride the gravy train as long as he could. You hate to say that about somebody's kids, but I think Nasty Nick knew which side of which side of the bread it was buttered there, and he knew which horse to ride all the way. It'll be interesting now to see what they do with that Real American beer. It'll be very interesting to see how that goes now. If they're going to try to market the dead guy, and you're supposed to drink this beer in honor of a real American, or it'll be interesting to see if they try to do that. That'll be extremely tasteless, right?
Well, here's my thing. Maybe they should have. Here's what I would have done, and I mean, obviously, I'm no marketing genius or anything, but I mean, I would have pulled the ads right after he passed away, and pulled them for a few weeks or a couple of weeks or whatever to figure out how you wanted to do it, But man, they came right back out at it. Like 2 days later, I saw an ad for it. Same old ad, same old in your face, Hogan screaming at you ad. So I'm like, wow, okay, that's weird. That's
the way he'd want it, brother. That's the way he'd want it, brother. You want to get that payday, brother.
It's a payday, brother.
Owen falls from the ceiling. We keep the show going on, brother.
Yeah.
Pillman dies in a hotel room. Pillman dies in a hotel room. We got his wife on Raw the next night, brother. We got to keep on rolling. Keep on rolling, brother.
Yeah, what am I thinking? Jeez.
I did notice that in Dublin for SmackDown, no advertising at all on that canvas. It was a clean WWE canvas, right?
I picked up on that.
That's weird. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Are they? I don't know if they're interfering with some European deals that they had, or I don't. That kind of is strange to me.
Sort of European. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The only thing I could think of, really. I don't know.
That was
an European deal thing.
I thought that was a very average episode, a pretty mediocre episode of SmackDown, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like it very much at all. Matter of fact, I fell asleep during a little bit of it, to be honest.
The Logan Paul and the John Cena thing went on about way too long, about twice as long as it should have, right?
Yes.
And he's still doing. Logan Paul's still doing the old house rules jokes from the Total Bellas. Do you remember that joke?
I don't. Maybe. Oh, talk about Cena's rules.
Yes, because when Nikki Bella was moving into his house when he lived in Tampa on the show, there was this level of I can order you. She had to supposedly sign an agreement, and it was like I can order you out of the house anytime you want to. I have to get approval on any guests that you have, and she was like so hurt by this. Kayfabe. And the reason he said he had to do it is because people in the past have, put him in a bad position because he's a very public guy, big star and stuff like that. And they haven't gotten out of his house, and it could have turned into something very public and could have screwed him up. And that's what he said. So that's been many years ago. And like Logan Paul's still bringing this shit up, or Jake Paul. Which one of them is it? Which one of them is it?
Yeah, whatever. They're both the same.
Yeah. No, it's the shitty Prime stuff, whatever it is. I think it's Logan. Anyway, he's still bringing that up in the promo with Cena when they're going head to head, and of course, I thought cooked him, and eventually he leaves the Prime boy right there in the middle of the ring and laying, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weak. It was some weak sauce.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have such a hard time watching Logan Paul. He's easy to hate. It's really low hanging fruit to me to even hate him because he's so hateable. He's the Rick Rude of 2025, man. You know, but at least Rick Rude wasn't. I don't think was a dick in real life. But
I'll go one further. I think he's the Chad Kroger of WWE.
Okay, all right.
The lead singer of Nickelback.
Yes.
Except, I think with Chad Kroger, you're kind of like, I really don't know why I hate him. With this guy, I think you do know why you hate him. I think that you do. You can kind of put your finger on it.
Yes. Yeah, it's easy to put the finger on it. I think for me it is. So that to me coming into it, that alone has already got a setback for me. Just him being there and look, and I'll say it again. I give him respect. I know he's good. I know he's athletic, but it's just I don't know. I just can't think of. I just can't get my head wrapped around him fully as a wrestler. I still think of him as a sideshow, a good sideshow. He's athletic, like I said, but I just don't think of him as one of the boys. You know?
Yeah, I don't think you can. I really, it's hard.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that. I don't, I don't want to feel like the Mr. Sourpuss over here just because I hate him or whatever. But
well, no, he does what he's supposed to because he generates heel heat, but I just don't know if it's white heat, if it's go away heat, or if it's the proper type of heat.
I can't tell either, man. That's funny. I can't tell either, but I just wish there was I know Cena's just trying to give him a rub, I guess. I don't know. But I just wish there was somebody else he was feuding with right now as we approach the end of the Cena era.
Because this is just like and we still, by the way, haven't heard from Brock Lesnar. Haven't heard about Brock Lesnar.
I heard his name tonight. Did you not hear it tonight?
I missed it. Did they actually say his name tonight?
The very, very end. Did you watch it till the very end when
I was kind of nodding out like you were.
Okay. Well, at the very end, after that tag match with Becky and Nia and all, it showed Cena in the back, walking in the back, and then Nick Aldis ran up to him. He goes, Cena's like all urgent. Cena, I've just heard from Brock Lesnar. I've just heard from Brock Lesnar. And as soon as he said that, here comes Logan Paul, pushes Aldis out of the way, and cold cocks Cena right upside the jaw and knocks him out, quotation mark, and takes off. And then, and that's where it ended. So apparently Brock Lesnar's coming back, at some point.
That was the rest of that sentence was, I just heard from Brock Lesnar, and he says that, yes, he was involved in sex trafficking. That was the rest of the sentence. And,
but he will be back.
The story was that he wanted to get it on with her, but he couldn't get it up. He wanted to have, I don't know, some sort of sex, possibly involuntary. On Miss Grant's part.
The one I thought was interesting was the one, I think there's one, if I'm not mistaken, the one where she mentions where she was going to get flown to Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, that was the one.
And something happened with the flight, or maybe that might have been a whole different thing that she got flown down to Greenville for, but it was a flight, mishap or something that either she couldn't or he couldn't make it to that destination point. So
the Greenville Spartanburg Jetport.
See, I don't know if it's that. I might be getting the stories confused because I think
that was right. I think you were.
Okay.
It's like, if I have to fly you down there, I'm not going to shit on you because going to Greenville is shitting on you. Enough.
Well,
that's bad enough as it is.
They do have a great little fast food place down there. I wish I could remember the name of it.
Is that the one in Spartanburg? It's kind of like
maybe Spartanburg. What's it called?
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. They got the tea. You can buy the tea over in Western North Carolina from that whatever that place is. Okay. Jesus Christ. Right. It's kind of like the Varsity.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it is. Exactly like that. Yeah. So Brock's coming back, and maybe he can come back for the next Saudi show. That would make it just about apropos.
The Beacon. The Beacon was what we were trying to
Beacon. There you go.
Yeah. Famous Beacon in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I think the plan is to have him in that final match on the Cock. December the 13th now, I believe, is what we're set it for. with John Cena taking on Brock Lesnar in Cena's final match.
Oh, is that the Saturday night main event thing?
Yeah, let me make sure that's right. That is indeed a Saturday night, and it's not going to be head-to-head with AEW, so they decided to go with the 13th on that one. The big deal, of course, this week was that the pay-per-views or the premium live events are going to start immediately, starting September the 20th with WrestlePalooza on ESPN. And then after that, they're going to have Survivor Series. And what happens, the relationship with the cock is going to continue. They're going to have events that I understood it was supposedly only going to be exclusive to Peacock. The Saturday night's main events that are going to be happening next year and maybe the year after, only going to be on Peacock. I'm not sure if that's true or not, though.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on what's going on the rest of the year, but I definitely heard that about the Saturday night main event being exclusively on Peacock starting next year. So, yeah.
One final word about.
I was just going. Go ahead. Go on the final word. And
I just wanted one final word about Cena and Brock Lesnar. With all this shit that was coming out about Brock Lesnar and all this stuff that was coming out about John Cena supposedly wanting him for the final match, I'm very surprised that Cena, with all of his entourage and his PR people and stuff, that word didn't get out to TMZ or one of the entertainment outlets. Like, no, John had nothing to do with this. I'm very surprised that didn't happen. You know.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope right there. When you start letting him getting away with stuff like that, because it's people like me and you, they're kind of saying it in the background, but it's not being really said in the mainstream of what the deal is here and how bad it really does look, to be honest, and on bad it looks on Cena, that is. So
right.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't know why. I don't get it. I guess he's just going to come back and say, well, the old, they gave me something to work with and I won't, he wouldn't come out and say, it was him that personally wanted Lesnar. I still find that kind of hard to believe, but I don't know. I guess he did have to have some kind of say-so in it. So
he has to have a team of people. I mean, he's got a team of people that are dealing with him at all times. John Cena. And it's agents and it's PR guys and it's everybody guiding his career, and everything has a layer, and they can get the word out very quickly. Hey, he didn't have anything to do with it. If it's going to be damaging to him, you can get the word out pretty quickly. No, John didn't have anything to do with this. This was nothing that John did. And I'm just kind of surprised that hasn't happened. Now you're still you were saying you were very confused about the ESPN stuff and everything that's happening.
Well, yeah, just I was a little confused about that, the way the Peacock's going to be handled the rest of the way of 2025. Maybe they're just going to do the Saturday night main events for the rest. Okay, maybe that's it. Okay, that's
ESPN is going to have WrestlePalooza September the 20th, and they're going to have Survivor Series.
Okay, gotcha. All right. No, what I was going to say, what I was saying earlier is when I was on TikTok earlier today. Matter of fact, when I first got on today, all my FYP was just one creator after another just lambasting ES or WWE about this having. Well, maybe once today, it was yesterday. Whenever they announced that they were doing the WrestlePalooza on ESPN, maybe it was yesterday. Yesterday, they were just being lambasted about all these creators, just saying how wrong that was, because we were all under the impression that everything was starting up with ESPN in 2026, and not to mention this year, and not even to mention even more so in September next month. So I think everybody was just kind of a little taken aback by that move, and I think that was a little shady by them to do that shit.
But if you're one of these people that's like, I'm pissed off because I was paying 10 or 12 or 15 or 17 on Peacock, now I got to pay 30. You're just dumb as hell. You don't have to do that. I'm sorry. That doesn't have to happen. And I know that it's a little confusing because some of the providers are putting it in as part of their ESPN package. I think maybe Spectrum, Hulu Plus Live TV is definitely doing it. And then there's a couple of other ones that are doing, maybe Comcast, Xfinity. I know that YouTube TV is not. It's not part of your package. You don't get access to all that shit with them. And there's several other ones, but they're going to start. They're always renegotiating. They're always like, hey, if you guys will up it another couple of bucks for the subscribers, we'll throw this in as a value added thing for your subscribers. So it's probably going to end up happening. Now, will it happen in time for September the 20th, or will it happen in time for Survivor Series, or will it happen in time for Royal Rumble, or will it happen in time for WrestleMania? I don't know that. I do know you can get a VPN for like $5 a month, and there are some VPNs that are free. I can't really speak to them, and I can't really vouch for them, but they do have free VPNs out there, and you can hook up and just watch the shit on, Netflix in a variety of different countries. As I was pointing out to you, Australia is going to be the one that I go to more than anything else, and you just watch all the shit you want to on your existing Netflix subscription and don't pay anything extra.
Yeah, 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 that works for me. But I was just going to say, I really do think I don't know how everybody, I guess I'm spoiled because I have everything kind of set up for me with the ESPN already built in, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot of people out there that really don't have all this, the outlets that carry ESPN or have the availability to do that. They just don't have ESPN regardless. I'm trying to think, I don't think my daughter has it. I don't think she has anything that she would have to, in other words, she would have to get the $30 a month app if she wanted to watch WWE. So I get these people because, the younger generation like that, they're just all about the different platforms of they're not just straight cable and stuff. They're just pick and choose. And my daughter could care less about live TV. And so I don't know. I see why a lot of these people are bitching now, these younger creators especially. So, I feel for them and I understand. And I'm gonna be honest, man. If I didn't have the opportunity to watch it like I do on ESPN next month, when it goes head to head with AEW with All Out, I would watch All Out. But only because I'm only going to watch WWE because I'm going to have to pay to watch All Out.
Oh yeah. I see your point. For a number of years, you would hear people say it wasn't. I don't even want cable. I just want ESPN. I wouldn't even pay for cable. I wouldn't even get all that stuff. I don't care about the other channels. Yeah, and now it's like
I said it.
Yeah, people have said that and now it's like you get there, but now it's like the rights have fractured into so many different areas. It's like you can't have everything you want just on ESPN. They do cover a lot of stuff for sure, but you can't get everything because Amazon's got their NBA package. Peacock's going to have their NBA package. I was looking over that NBA schedule for NBC and Peacock coming up this fall and this winter.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tuesday night's their night. I think Tuesday is going to be NBC night. They have those West Coast games starting at 11 o'clock.
Wow.
So if you are a local affiliate and the only way you can make money really as a local affiliate is on your news, you're fucked. Your 11 o'clock news is dead. They may give you like 10 minutes between games for you to do a little newscast to get your Hillshire Farms morning breakfast forecast in there so you can make some money. But I would think that there are a lot of local affiliates that are going to be pissed. And then I was hearing also that Major League Baseball is going to make a deal with ESPN or with NBC and Peacock. And maybe those games are going to be on like Sunday or Monday. I guess they would have to be really on Monday, unless they do it anyway. And those are gonna kill off your 11 o'clock news a lot of times. So there's gonna be a lot of people that are not happy as far as the local affiliates go.
Yeah, a lot of curmudgeons.
That's funny. But I also think with the $30. I think there's also going to be deals that ESPN is going to make with various providers and stuff. It's going to be an add-on for if you're a Verizon subscriber, if you're a T-Mobile subscriber, if you're an Amex card holder. I think they're probably going to give, they're going to cut deals like that. Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I feel like that's going to happen, but yeah.
Like Sirius XM does.
Yeah, God, have you tried to cancel Sirius XM?
Yeah. I did not too long ago, and they cut my price in half, and I'm like, okay.
Well, there you go. Because that's what happened on the day that they announced that the ESPN deal and all the shit was leaving. I went over to Peacock, and I was going to cancel because I'd gotten a special deal on the no commercials.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to cancel. And they said, wait. $3 a month for 6 months with commercials. And I was like, okay, fine. $18 for 6 months. Why not? I'll get Sunday Night Football. I'll get the NBA stuff, and all that shit.
It's
But
not bad.
now,
$3 a month, man.
But now, of course, I'm getting zero WWE except for the library.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which still remains kind of a question mark as to where that library is going to go. I think they're going to make that announcement certainly by the end of the year because
where else would it go besides Netflix? Where would you think it would go besides Netflix?
YouTube. I think they would put it on YouTube on one of their on that WWE vault and just have people access it that way, and you can monetize it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
And I believe that Google/Alphabet would pay them maybe not a straight fee to put it on there, but I think they would sweeten the pot as far as, instead of X per stream, we're going to give you X plus whatever per stream,
Yeah.
I could
that actually makes more sense now that you say that, really.
I could see them doing this because I think I told you about this last time. The NFL season begins the Thursday night after Labor Day. And then on that Friday, they're going to have a free game on YouTube. The one from Brazil is going to just be on YouTube. Anybody with access to YouTube can watch it for free, right?
Right.
I could see them making a similar deal with WWE that they'll put the library on there, and as part of their deal, they'll do one streaming event on WWE for free. They'll just put it out there for anybody. And I think that's part of the deal with their AAA stuff, their AAA stuff. I could see them doing something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That does make a lot of sense.
It's a brave new world, man.
Yes, it is.
It's a brave new world. I know the AEW fans were a little pissed off that ESPN took down all the AEW stuff from their website.
I bet that was a demand from WWE. I mean, if we're going to go, if it's all, they're all petty about the head-to-head stuff. I mean, of course they told them to take that AEW stuff out of there.
Was anybody really? I mean, it surprises me that anybody was looking for fairness from ESPN. Yeah. Let's be fair, because the sports fans want to hear about it. No, that's not what it's about. No, fuck that. That's not going to happen. It's an entity. We talked about this. The NFL now has a piece of ESPN. They own equity in ESPN, the channel. CTE will disappear. No one will ever get a concussion ever again. Nobody's ever gonna kneel for the flag again. I would be very surprised if a player ever commits domestic violence again. I don't. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I mean, if somebody shoots into Andy Reid's window again, that might be for that. I'm not really sure about that.
I don't know. They probably cover that up too.
It's weird that it took so long for that story to come out. It took months for that story to actually. By the way, a few months ago, there was a bullet that came in Andy Reid's window.
Okay.
That's wild.
Thanks.
That's interesting.
Appreciate you telling.
I know what you're thinking. How could somebody miss Andy Reid? Well, you're right. I don't know how that happened. I couldn't tell you.
Who was out there shooting him? Stevie Wonder?
God, you are the worst shot ever. You are out of our gang. Sir, we have certain standards in our gang, and hitting somebody who's 350, that's just basics. We're going to kick you out. Oh, good times. Yeah, I thought, what am I hearing about Will Ospreay? Are you hearing that he's having a lot of health issues and he shouldn't probably be wrestling this Sunday?
Yeah, it is kind of weird that he's wrestling this Sunday, not to mention the fact that he's wrestling a lights-out death by chocolate match or whatever it's called. I don't know.
Chocolate. I believe that was a Vince McMahon stipulation.
Ah, yes.
Come over here. Jackie, come over here. Kill me. Did you ever heard Bruce say that on Conrad's podcast?
No.
Chocolate titties.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the death by chocolate.
Yeah, I saw he's got some vertebrae all messed up and some other things going on. I don't know. I mean, I guess these guys know what they're doing, but little odd that it's idea. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea at all to me. But it sounds like he might be gone until maybe next year once
after this match.
This thing, yeah.
Yeah, after he becomes paralyzed on Sunday, he'll be gone for like a while. So that's fine.
At least next year,
It's
yeah.
not. Yeah, it's not it's fine. Will Ospreay says he's compromised heading into his lights out match at AEW Forbidden Door on Sunday. The fans shouldn't worry too much about his health. In an interview on The Takedown on Sports Illustrated, SI, Ospreay spoke for the first time in detail about the injuries that are completely plaguing him, currently plaguing him. The worry is that the worry he has for the future, the optimism he has to the team around him, and much more. I am compromised, bruv. No, he didn't say that. Ospreay said, I've got a few herniated discs pushing against my spinal cord, which is affecting a couple of my nerves, but I can do stuff and I can perform one last time before I need to get it all corrected. Meltzer made it sound like it was in his neck, like it was cervical, which ain't good. That's bad.
Yeah, I was a little unclear on it too. I did hear about the vertebrae stuff, like I said, but I didn't know exactly where in the vertebrae because they go all up and down your spine. But I guess it could feasibly be in your neck, so maybe that's what it
Not
is.
good.
I don't know.
Ospreay says he has been wrestling with this injury for 10 months, but it was an MRI after All In that detailed the severity and greenlit the plan for surgery. I got told after All In that I was going to need to rest and take some time off and go see how this is going to go, Ospreay said. And then the MRIs came back, and I got told this is worse than what we thought it was going to be, but it's manageable. It's absolutely fine. The surgeon even told me that it's not going to get any worse. It just needs to be corrected. As for fans that may be worried about his well-being or whether or not he's taking too much of a risk performing at Forbidden Door this weekend, Bryant, Ospreay says he's got a wonderful medical team and an even better partner looking after him.
Is that right? Okay. All right. Well,
Sure.
Good for him.
And DeMar Hamlin, right before he went down, said, look, I've got medics right over there. All they have to do is go pump on me, and I'll be.
Yeah, you remember remember years ago when North Carolina was playing Virginia at Chapel Hill, and the referee on the field had the heart attack?
Yes.
That's right before he had the heart attack, he goes, well, there's a medical team over there. I'm just going ahead and have his heart attack right now because that medical team's over there. They're going to take care of me. So, well, there we go.
Don't worry about me. Everybody who's concerned about me, they're right there. They're like 10 steps away. It'll be fine. I have a huge medical team. How many doctors do you think were around Stone Cold Steve Austin when he got drilled by Owen right into the mat? How many? Think you had a bunch over there?
I would say, yeah, maybe.
You got a bunch. I have a huge medical team around me, and guys that work with AEW, Ospreay said they would not allow me to go into the ring unless it was a huge percentage of a risk of me getting hurt. Like, honestly, bruv, do you think my wife would let me go in the ring if there's a high chance of me dying? I don't know. Maybe she doesn't like him too much right now. Maybe you guys aren't getting along so well. Maybe there's a sweet life insurance policy. I don't know, sir.
I don't know. I just, to me, it's almost parody in a way. He's sitting there talking about the severity of like vertebrae in the neck and spinal cord rubbing up against his spine and stuff. But you know what? I'm going to go out. And not only am I going to wrestle,
don't worry about it.
I'm going to be in a lights out cage match with every tool and weapon known to man in there. But I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
It's not a problem. You guys don't worry. I've got a fantastic medical team. Once I'm not able to walk, they're going to be able to help me out a lot.
Yeah, they're going to carry me right on out of there.
But I thought it was a good. I thought the show they did on Wednesday was pretty good. I thought it set up things nicely.
Yeah. I saw most of it. I was going to go back and watch the first half hour that I missed, but I didn't do that. But like I said, everything I saw was pretty good. I liked it.
Let me see what's going on as far as the card. Oh, here we go. Here's the card. The Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, against Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Will Ospreay. It's all five of them. Sorry. It's a 5-on-5 match.
Yeah.
How silly of me to think we'd only have like a tag team against a tag team.
That doesn't exist.
I'm so sorry that we could just have two men wrestling two other men. That's how dumb I am. That's how old school I am.
Besides FTR, I don't even know if they have another tag team. Do they?
Darby, I get excited when I see Darby Allin now. I've come so far with that guy because I used to be like, I don't like this guy, whatever. I've come so far with that guy. I think he is so fucking exciting. I think he's so awesome. And they did the little switcheroo with the body bag. They thought Megan Bain was in it, but it was actually him, and he starts beating him. I thought that was really pretty cool on Wednesday.
Yeah, that was really good.
Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, along with Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Will Ospreay. That's your 5. So, okay. Ospreay only has to do a little bit. He's 1 out of 10 guys. Taking on the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley, the Dumb Fucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, and Gabe Kidd. I say again, one of these things is not like the others. One of these. That's your lights out steel cage match from London. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, your champions.
They
against
hurt people.
I still want to. I want it to be called the Hurt Foundation. I think that's much funnier. I'm sorry.
I do too.
I think that I don't. I hate to think of all the good ideas. The Hurt Foundation is much funnier. And I don't know. I'll never get word out. They'll never do it, but it's fun. What do you think of? Mello Don't Miz. What do you think of the name of that tag team?
I hate all that crap. I don't know if we're supposed to hate it, but I hate it. I just ugh.
It's entertaining. I think it's entertaining.
I like them. I just hate all the names that they.
The names. What Mello Don't Miz?
Yeah, all that shit. I just ugh. But I know it's a reason behind it. Whatever. It's just I don't.
It'll make a pretty good. I think blow off match. They'll do a simple thing. Probably at Survivor Series where they'll wrestle each other because he keeps tagging himself in.
Yeah.
Pronouns, pal. Miz keeps tagging himself in and taking pins.
Yeah, Mello, he'll be a baby face for a while, then he'll turn on somebody and become a big ass star as a heel. So that's what they're doing.
I'm not disappointed at all with what Mello's done ever since he's been up at the main roster. I think he's done exactly what he was supposed to do. I think he's performed very well. I just think maybe Trick was ahead of him. I think Trick was maybe the guy to bring up instead of him.
You know, it seems that way. But if you remember back in NXT, Mello was a lot like Trick. I mean, he demanded the spotlight. He did his promos were on spot, and he was always in the ring, and he'd always most of the time win. I don't know if he's won a whole lot in on the big main roster altogether. No. Yeah,
but that's his job. His job has been to. Yeah, his job is to take a bunch of pins right now because he's young.
Right. So but I think the time has come where they said, okay, you've had enough pins, so we're going to start giving you the push. So I think a lot of people have been waiting on this, because I think he's going to be a stud, man.
Oh, I think he's a Swiss Army knife. I think that's probably what Triple H sees in him is you can just do anything. You can insert him into just a bunch of different situations. He's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and there's just countless people he could work with that will just make him even better along the way. So, man, there's nothing but an upside to that dude.
Well, I think also it's going to be good when Miz puts him over. That'll give him some credibility and all other. I think that's all working out very logically, and I think it's all it's pretty entertaining. But Mello can't Miz. You get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
I get it. That's why it makes me cringe.
I don't want to get it.
I don't want to get it.
Oh, hey, I'm just kind of flying around here though. I loved the NXT confrontation between Jordan and Blake Monroe.
I did not see that.
They had a nice confrontation.
Okay, yeah, I read what happened, but I didn't actually see it.
God bless him, and good luck to Jonathan Gresham having a stroke. Had him a couple strokes, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, one's bad enough.
When you get to be our age, that's a big worry, and obviously because of my family history and some other stuff that's going on, I'm at risk for it. But I take some medications and stuff like that. But you don't expect it. I mean, obviously, strokes can happen to pretty much anybody. Okay. Based on family history, but I can tell you there's two different kinds of strokes. One of them is called the ischemic stroke. That's what's happening in your brain is either you're not getting enough blood or you're getting way too much. And most people think of the one with high blood pressure where an artery ruptures and it floods your brain with too much blood. The other one is a clot. The clot is the ischemic one, and that's where your brain is starved of blood. So those are things you got to worry. And I don't know which one he had, but good Lord, that's got to be just frightening. And I hope he's able to make a full recovery.
For sure, man.
The Hurt Foundation, I'm going to call them that. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Brodito. It's Brodito.
I do like the Brodito.
You like the name, or you just like the team?
I like the name too. I like the team.
Brody. Yeah, Brody King he's had a pretty good summer. I'll say that.
He came out of this whole Aleister Black group looking pretty good, you know.
Yep. I think he's really established himself as somebody that they want to see. He's got a specific brawling style that's good. Plus, he's got that specific look. I like him a lot. I think he's, like I said, I think he's really come on very well this summer. Those people against FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. It's a 3-way tag team elimination match for the AEW World Tag Team Champions.
Mm-hmm. Who did we say the third one was again?
FTR.
FTR, Brodito, and what the other one?
The Hurt Foundation.
Oh, that's right. They're the champs. Shit. Okay.
This one, to me, this one's going to be the one that can just steal the show right here. Okada against Swerve.
Yeah.
Right there. God. That's $50 right there, right?
Oh,
everything else is gravy. That's $50 right there. It's worth my $50 right there.
Has to be, man. It has to be. There's no way that won't be good.
And Swerve, they said, has been wrestling for a while on a torn meniscus. I didn't see that story there.
I didn't see that.
He's just he's so talented. He just, everything he does is get over. And he had such a terrible title reign when they finally put the belt on him, you know?
Yeah, he kind of had the Drew McIntyre title run, seemed like, you know.
Yeah, kind of like that. Or
very similar.
I'm gonna say it was that one Liv Morgan title run, the one before this one. That was like kind of like, that's a dud.
Yeah, the one they put it on her probably just a little too soon, kind of thing. Yes.
I love you, honey. You look great. But this ain't working. Nobody's buying it. And then they came back around this time, and she's a ball of fire. She's the can't miss kid.
Oh yeah. Totally different story, man. Totally different story.
And then she got hurt, but you know, all that stuff.
Yeah, well.
Sports Illustrated, SI.com, noting that Swerve Strickland is just days away from facing Kazuchika Okada for the AEW Unified Championship at Forbidden Door, but he could miss some time away from the ring after that match is over. It was noted on a recent episode of AEW Dynamite that the former world champion had been consulting company doctors about a knee injury. Now, this is the same panel of experts that is watching very closely over Will Ospreay.
Well, that makes me feel good. I guess old Swerve will be in good hands then.
Sure. Oh, yeah, we've got an eye on it. No,
they'll be right there to carry him out, too.
Hey, right after that horse bolts out, we're going to put that barn door and close it as tight as a motherfucker. You just wait. Watch us. Consulting company doctors about a knee injury, and it turns out that angle had a fair amount of truth to it. Sean Ross Sapp, who is, I think I'm going to say it, the finest journalist in wrestling. I'm going to say
him.
I think the guy's incredible.
He's probably my fave.
He does a good job, and he has to deal with a bunch of bullshit, and he tries to do the best he can. Tries to do the very best that he can. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful is now reporting that Swerve has been dealing with a knee problem for years, but he may be in a spot now where he has to get it fixed. Fightful Select confirmed that Swerve is actually working on a torn meniscus and that he isn't actually anything new. He's had a torn meniscus in his guess how long he's had this? Give me a year.
2020.
You're very close. It's pre-COVID, 2019.
Wow.
2019. 6 years he's been dealing. You and I, if we had a slight tear, we would be crying in the corner. I would have a beach towel to soak up the tears. I would be crying in the fucking corner, begging a doctor to cut on me. He's fine. It's no problem. It's not a big deal.
I'm good. What's my next match?
He goes all the way back to the first Trump administration. That's how far back he goes.
Yeah.
Hang on. Jeffrey Epstein may have been alive when he tore that. We don't.
Yeah, what month was that? We need to know.
Yeah, where were you, Swerve, when Jeffrey Epstein died? Hang on, let me ask Google. Hey, Google, when did Jeffrey Epstein die? August 10th of 2019.
Okay.
August. Swerve, I'm going to need to know where you were. You heard that they talked to Ghislaine Maxwell. The notes came out
Yes.
about the Ghislaine. You know, that interview.
Yeah, I'm sure they were redacted.
No, it's very surprising. She
Really?
says the only guy that could pardon her had nothing to do with anything. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the strangest thing. The only guy that can help her out, the guy really who moved her from like a low security to a no security place, somehow that guy had nothing to do with anything. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Speaking of strokes,
I told you people I had nothing to do with it. I don't even know who Ghislaine Maxwell is. I have no idea whatsoever. Never even spoke to her. Don't know what. There's pictures of you with her. Okay, I knew her for a short period of time. I take pictures with a lot of people. I do that a lot. It's no big deal. Sir, do you think she may have been compromised because you can help her out? No, she's just telling the truth all the way around. It's a fake story made up by the Democrats. Which part of it's fake? Which part of this fake? Did the hundreds of victims, were they paid to say this? Is that the fake part of it? Was there an island that was bought? And again, I'm just going to go full conspiracy theory because it always goes back to this. Did the Jews buy an island for Jeffrey Epstein to go to that supposedly was just fraudulent? And did the Jews go and make up flight logs that people were on? And did they accidentally have Donald Trump and Melania Trump fuck on his plane as a cover? I'm just curious, which part of this is fake? Which part of this is fraudulent and made up by the Democrats?
it's just so exhausting.
Somehow, the Democrats are at the same time the most forlorn bunch of people that can't even wipe their asses correctly, and they're able to put together tremendous conspiracies that last over a period of decades, and they're able to write checks to people for protests across America. Somehow, both of those things are true. They can't get their shit together on anything. They can't really fight back, but they've been able to organize fantastic protests and write checks without anybody being able to produce evidence that, hey, I got paid by the Democrats or by the Jews or the Bilderbergers or whoever it is, by the Illuminati. I don't know. No, it seems like
Democrats have some skills.
It seems like there would be a Cash App or a Venmo or a direct deposit, or let's go back to the old days, a check.
Oh, what?
That somebody would be, that somebody would be able to, like one of these really great right wingers would go, I'm going to pose and I'm going to be part of this protest this week, and I'm going to show you people that I'm being paid by George Soros. That's like their go-to is the George Soros.
Yes.
Nobody's done that. There's just no, like millions and hundreds of millions of dollars for just paying for protesters in Washington, D.C. and New York and in California and everywhere else. But nobody ever seems to be able to produce like a check stub or a direct deposit or anything from a Cash App or anything from a Venmo. It's the weirdest thing, right?
It's amazing. Blows my mind.
If it's cash, it may be like the indie shows that we go to. They just hand you an envelope of cash, but there's no video of them like, hey, here's the cash. There's none of that. They don't have any of that. No. It's weird. It's probably crypto. Probably they're paying them off in crypto, and there's no evidence of it. So that's why Donald Trump has made it so much harder to trace crypto. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Corn meniscus for the Swervelicious. So we could, for an extended period of time, be without Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland coming up.
That's pretty big. That's pretty big having both of those two guys at the same time.
If it's me, and I'm booking AEW, but I'm not, because I believe Grok is. I believe the AI that's associated with Elon Musk is booking AEW. If it's me, I just let MJF run amok. I just let him go crazy. To me, it's all MJF all the time. Now, here's what's really going to happen. More Jon Moxley. More Jon Moxley, more Jon Moxley, more Jon Moxley. Can't get enough of Jon Moxley. Love him. Got to have more, right?
As long as he stays healthy, I guess. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's true.
But
I would love to see more MJF doing MJF stuff in the main event, going crazy, all that shit. But
I don't want to get burnt out on MJF, man. I don't want.
They've kept the governor on him for so long, for like at least a year and a half now. They've kept the governor on that guy, right?
Yeah.
To me,
well, I it would take a while for me to get sick of him, but if it goes on for a long period of time, it will. I'll finally just say enough's enough. But because I know how I am, but I also know how MJF is. So I think it would work for a while. There's plenty of feuds he could have.
You sound a little like Gerald Briscoe when you were talking just then.
Oh, did I?
I know how I am. I'm really sorry that you're not. I understand why. I'm really sorry that you're not listening to that JBL podcast with him, because it's pretty fun. It really is, and it's something you would enjoy. And it just sucks that he's such a piece of shit that he's turned off, that you can't even like enjoy him because he's such a piece of shit.
He's such a wuss. He blocks me on Twitter.
Yeah,
so,
he is. He's a huge cunt. I'm not denying any of that.
So,
and if I were in your position, I'd probably. They had Bo James on this week, and Bo James is the guy from Kingsport who does all the East Tennessee shit, and he was doing some amazing shit on West Virginia, just amazing shit on West Virginia, and that's the beauty, I think, of wrestling. When you get into these territories and stuff, you can learn about the actual history of a particular area and get really in depth about it, because it really is kind of an exposure of the soul of a particular area. West Virginia is such a very unique state. And people have so many stereotypes about it, but it was, he told us, amazingly, the pizza roll was invented in West Virginia.
Huh. Who knew?
They call it a pepperoni roll.
Was it Mr. and Mrs. Totino that lived in
Charleston? It was the Totinos. But it wasn't in Charleston. It was in Charlestown.
Charlestown, that's right.
Yeah. There's one of each. They've got one of each, which would be dumb as shit, and I'm sure that's no, he said that there were like a lot of Italian immigrants when they came over there. There's a huge Italian population in West Virginia. I never really knew why, but now it completely makes sense. A lot of immigrants, they put them to work in the mines.
Okay.
So some of those immigrants were like, God, I'd like to have a pizza. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to have a pizza. But they can't, you can't just fold that up and put it in a lunchbox and go down there. And the wives are getting, I put it in a roller for you. Luigi, you take her into the mine. It was like that.
I'm sure that's exactly what they sounded like.
That's how it was. That's exactly how they sounded. I go to mine the coal and take the coal out of the ground. And then later on, it evolved into Vinnie Barbarino. You're going to die, I swear. Down in that mine, you're going to die, I swear. I saw a canary just die. I'm so confused. Oh, my God. Do you think when he was doing like Saturday Night Fever, do you think they went to him and went, John, you can't do too Italian an accent in this movie. Sold. You can't be too fucking Italian in this movie. Now, you may have had to hide things away a little bit in Carrie or Blowout, but in this thing, you can be super Italian.
Blowout, yes.
Blowout's a great movie. That's a Brian.
I love Blowout, man. It's
a fantastic movie.
It's the Ted Kennedy ripoff movie.
It's very good, yes. And as an appeal to a person like yourself, he's a sound engineer.
Yes, he is.
There you go.
Oddly enough.
For those of you, you need to go look this movie up, and I think it may be free on Tubi, but it's a fantastic film. I think, as far as the Brian De Palma movies, people freak out about Body Double, which is great, whatever. And then he gets into the Shakespeare period. Then he comes out of the Shakespeare period with The Untouchables. I think The Untouchables is a fairly underrated movie. It was a big comeback movie for Sean Connery. But I think Blowout is, like, to me, it's a gem in the Brian De Palma category.
Oh, for sure.
His catalog, I think it's great.
I loved it. I mean, I saw it a long time ago. I don't know if I actually saw it in the theater, but I saw it shortly after that when it came out.
It's a fine film. It really is. So yes, Bo James on the stories with JBL and Gerald. And
well, I'm sure those stories are great, man. I'm sure. I just can't stand the fact that JBL is the one telling the stories.
Here's the beauty about AI. AI can just print you up a transcript. You don't have to hear his voice or anything. Like, oh, this is good. Oh, that's a good story. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Anytime Bo James is on, pretty much anything. Like when he's on Between the Sheets, when he's on with Chris and with Bix, he's amazing. He has great stories on there. Great stories.
Yeah, I need to listen to Bo James. I'm not listening to any Bo James stories.
I think he actually does have a podcast. Just look up King of Kingsport, which may be his handle on YouTube. He's got it's great shit. He's really one of the better historians out there. He's fantastic.
How old is he now?
He's a little bit younger than I am. He's around 50.
Okay.
He's maybe 48, 49, 50, somewhere in there.
I was thinking he was a little bit older than that. Okay.
No, he's a little bit younger than I am. Timeless Tony Storm, the champion against Athena in a singles match for the AEW Worlds. You know, I wish there were like 3 more people in that match, but it's such a shame.
I don't know if I could manage to watch 2 people go at it like that.
Yeah, I don't think I could watch 2 girls go at it. Wait a minute.
Well, you know, let me back up there.
Athena's having a hell of a year, though, isn't she?
Well, it's because they're finally showing what she can do instead of putting her on the freaking ROH for the last however many years and 100% in a cave somewhere.
I think she's having the kind of year that Tony had last year, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And you know, they still don't, to me, they don't build up the fact that she's been the champion for ROH as long as she has.
They're doing some more of that, but they could certainly do more.
They definitely talk her up.
Especially like Mr. TK, the records guy. Like here's the record of this person on Dynamite this year. They are 6-4. You know, why would you not I don't understand that.
They still put that up, man. They still put the records up sometimes when they come out.
I know.
God, just stop it.
Just stop with it. Bill Cosby. Please stop with the please.
Yes.
Mercedes Moné putting one of her 68 championships on the line. This is the AEW TBS championship as she takes on Alex Windsor and Persephone and Bozilla. So we finally get around to 4 people in a match. So
yeah.
But then Tony regresses. Kyle Fletcher, your champion, defending his TNT championship against Hiromu Takahashi. Only 2 people in that match. Try harder, Tony.
Wow. Yeah.
I want to get your opinion on this. IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. against Nigel McGuinness. McGuinness got the spot in that particular one. What did you think of that?
What of
I think he beat out. I think he beat out Nigel McGuinness. He beat out Daniel Garcia, and Daniel Garcia is going to be in his corner.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't. I don't really have much of an opinion on it, to be honest. I do think Daniel Garcia is going to turn on him, though.
I think that one has could be a really, really good match.
It could be a good match. I just think Nigel. Last time I saw Nigel though in the ring, it looked like he had lost a step or 2. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not no fault of his own. I mean, we all
but he's not. He's not the youngest guy anymore. He's still in good shape and all that stuff.
But but I don't know. It might be pretty good, but I don't know. I don't hold much confidence in it. No disrespect.
Hangman Page against MJF for the AEW World Championship. Now, if my theory holds true, and we're not going to see Swervelicious for a while, and we're not going to see Will Ospreay for a while, it would make sense now for MJF to win that singles championship right here, to me. In my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. I don't know.
You think the hanger's too hot to take it off of him?
Yeah, it seems like it's a little too soon to take it off of him right now. I do think MJF's eventually going to get it back. I don't. It just seems too soon to me, man. After that long build-up against Moxley for Hangman, and then have him drop it to MJF 2 months later or whatever. You know, I don't know. I can't see Hangman holding on to it for more than 6 months. I'll say that. It just seems he would wear thin after a while to me. But
If
I don't know. 2 months seems a little short.
If the hanger is counted out or disqualified, he loses the title. That's the stipulation.
Yeah, maybe he will lose it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big hanger fan, as you know, but
yeah, me either.
Yeah, as we, neither one of us are. But I
over the years, we've been very consistent about that.
Yeah, we tried to like him. We back in
we
ROH
tried so
days,
hard.
Back in ROH days, when it was all the Adams, it was him and.
Yeah, and then when he was in New Japan, I thought he had a great run in New Japan. And kind of reinvented himself.
And then the whole CM Punk thing happened, and it just turned me totally 180 on him, man.
Yeah, Hangman did nothing right.
Yeah. So I just think it'd be kind of shitty to take it off of him at this point, but maybe they do have something in plans with MJF being the main deal if Swerve and Bruv go out.
Adam Copeland and Christian Cage tagging together for the first time in 16 years. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think it's close to that. Yeah. Taking on the matriarchy, that's Kip Sabian and the newly returning Kill Switch, who got a big ovation at Dinamito on Wednesday night. Mother Wayne in the corner. It is a tag team match.
I thought it was funny. The crowd was chanting Luchasaurus.
They did. It's like they can't even. It was reminiscent of it was Kevin Dunn saying that nobody would know who Terry Funk was when he came out at Madison Square Garden. So that's why they called him Chainsaw Charlie. And everybody was chanting Terry, Terry, Terry.
That's awesome.
There you go.
I don't know. How do you feel about the whole Edge Christian thing? Do you have any feelings toward it whatsoever, one way or the other?
I personally feel they've milked all they can out of that. To me, it's like they're always like, WWE sucks. We hate WWE. Hey, let's recreate everything WWE ever did.
I don't know, man. I think these two guys have a big legacy, right? As a tag team.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about individual, but as a tag team, they've got a pretty huge legacy, man. I just feel like that this whole reunion with them has fell kind of flat, just because of who they're. I don't know, just of who their opponents kind of are at this point. They just.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel that big to me. To me, something like this ought to be big. It ought to be like a big deal for them. Like, right. I don't know who they could come back for, but have a real purpose for them to come back and to get back together. It just seems like it was just kind of thrown together again. Those two are thrown together again and some bullshit thing against Kip Sabian and Kill Switch. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it has too much oomph in it,
Clearly, for people who are our age, we're always going to think of the two of them alongside the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. We're always going to think of those three tag teams kind of together. And there's nothing like that they can work with now. And even for people that are younger than us, people who are like 30, who look back on the history because it's so accessible, they're also like, man, they worked with these incredible tag teams back then. And there's really, like, FTR is the only one I can think of who's on that level right now. If we're doing Forbidden Door, I got to ask the question, why are we not reforming Roppongi Vice to go up against them? Why are we not doing Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero against those guys? Because to me, that's a banger. There's no storyline there, but, that's TK's MO. No storyline whatsoever. To me, that's a match I would watch 10,000 days in a row. Fucking Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta against Cage and Cope. I'm watching that all, even at their age, even at the age that they are now, they may not be able to do half of the stuff they were able to do back in the 90s, talking about, Edge and Christian. That's, to me, that's your dream match. That's your Forbidden Door situation.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot more sense to me. And even with no storyline, but even if you're going to do a storyline to me, and I hate to sound like Mr. Armchair storyline writer, but it just seems to me, like I said, that this whole thing would be a bigger deal if, like, I don't know, say like Edge or Christian one just gets the shit beat out of him by somebody. I don't know, one of the FTR guys or somebody big like
the runner like Moxley, and Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, and just have them get back together because one of them almost gets annihilated basically instead of just this. I don't know. It just the whole patriarchy thing and had Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian. It's just kind of cheesy to me. I know Nick Wayne's good, but Kip Sabian, But
yeah.
And then Nick Wayne gets hurt, and then you got to bring Killswitch back for that. So
right.
I don't know. It just I'm not the hugest of Christian and Edge fan, Cope and Cage fans or whatever, but I just think they deserve more notoriety than that as far as like getting back together for something like this. But I don't know. It just seems kind of fall kind of flat. It's like opening up a soda and it's just a brand new soda and there's no fizz, no
fizz at all. Before we get out of here, we did upload our little take on the Vince Russo saga from about 4 years ago, in which Vince Russo took $20,000 and basically threw it in the trash. So if you go to my YouTube at Britt Whitmire, BRITTWHITMIRE, you can find it there. It's also on all my socials and stuff. And if Bryant would like to re-Instagram stuff, because you can retweet stuff, or you can re-stack it on Instagram now. If you could do that, that'd be great.
I keep forgetting you can do that. You told me you could do that. I just forgot.
Yeah, they just started doing that past couple of weeks. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun piece of our history with the great Vince Russo. Some of you know the story, some of you don't. But I tried to tell it in about 9 minutes in that video, so hopefully you'll be entertained by it. If you hate Vince Russo, you'll love this video. That's all I'm going to say.
Right in the wheelhouse.
Any other closing thoughts on another award-winning episode of Katie Vick is Alive?
All right, the countdown begins, man. WrestleCade, not too far away, and I'm getting antsy because I don't know what my schedule's going to be that day. And we all know the earlier the game, there's no way I can do it. So hopefully we're rooting for a night game on that Saturday. So
come on,
because I'm telling you, man, come on, night game. I usually want the day games, but I want a night game. But this lineup, I just cannot get over this lineup. But the last 2 or 3 years it's been kind of pretty good. We got some pretty good ones here and there, but man, this year is just off the chain, man.
Yeah, this is a blow-away. This is one not to miss. This is one of those where it's like, it doesn't matter what you like, old stuff, new stuff. If you like Japanese wrestling, if you like AEW, if you like WWE, all of it's there.
Oh, it's there.
They've not announced Karrion Kross and Scarlett yet, have they?
No, but they're coming.
It's got to be coming. The line's going to be massive for that one.
You remember when he was there? Was it last year? It was like 2 years ago. I think we saw him there. Yeah, and it was right before he went to WWE.
And he was freaking red hot too.
Yeah,
in the Indies, he was off the chain at that point.
Well, he was Killer Kross then,
Yes, yeah, he was. I don't know. Cardona's been the biggest act in the Indies year after year after year, but he was kind of right there with Cardona, I would say.
Yeah,
at that point. Sure. All right, you can follow us on social media. BrittWhitmire.bsky.social on Blue Sky. That's for me. And I'm at Real Britt Whitmire on Instagram and also on Threads, and the aforementioned at Britt Whitmire on YouTube. Bryant is available, Dad of Stanley, on Instagram and also on Threads. And he is They're the Twos on Blue Sky, THEYRE, They're the Twos. And on TikTok, you can get a hold of him, Stanley Jackson 23. Stanley Jackson 23. Appreciate your support. Till next time, fans, we'll see you ringside.